Hey guys, Sandy here, and today I am up for day 9 of my December project. Got a whole bunch of pretty Christmas things going on already. For day 9, I have the back side of this little insert, and I'm using a 2-pocket 4x6 because after today I'm going to start my let's call it what it is, an obsession with Christmas trees. Today I am going to be documenting the wrapping paper that I am using this year. Now I haven't wrapped any gifts, but I've got the wrapping paper, so let's see what I can do. Okay, so the first thing I do is cut out 2 white cardstock squares or rectangles that are 4x6, and that is so that I can lay my wrapping paper on them and get good cuts for the wrapping paper. Now the wrapping paper is super thin, so I want it to give it a little bit of hunk, and that's what this cardstock is going to do. That way it doesn't kind of like warp or anything like that when it goes into the pocket. It gives it a little bit of strength and stability, so you really don't have to worry about what's going on with wrapping paper inside the pockets. So I do cut out that black and white buffalo plaid, and I like the way it is. And then I'm going to also cut out this kind of chalky Christmas tree, and I'm just looking at it to make sure that you get a good amount of the pattern on it. It is a repeating pattern. It's not like the buffalo check where you can basically slap your rectangle down anywhere and you'll see everything. I wanted you to be able to tell that it says a very Merry Christmas, even though there isn't one full thing. Like, you don't see a very Merry Christmas as a full Christmas tree anywhere. Now this is that little bit of glitter glaze that I laid down on some paper, and I just went ahead and chopped off another circle out of it with my scallop circle punch. I know that I'm putting some sort of Christmas tree over here because this is wrapping paper, and presents go underneath the Christmas trees, and there are Christmas trees on the wrapping paper. Now I was trying to figure out if I wanted any of these cut apart pieces to cut out, and I do. I go ahead and take Celebrate the Season, and I know I'm going to cut that down. I'm going to cut those stars off, and it's going to be cut down on the bottom as well, but it's going to be hanging down, so we're just going to leave it that way. Now I'm using this die as kind of a template as to figure out where exactly my Christmas tree will go and what exactly I want to do with it. Because I do have the little half circle piece that is the back of day 8. So I need to make sure that I'm incorporating Christmas trees throughout this entire thing. Now I think I'm going to repeat what I did on my title page, and that is throw some glitter paste through a stencil. And I love glitter paste through a stencil. It's fun to put it on. It's fun when you peel up the stencil, and it's fun when the glitter paste has finally dried. Like, it's just a whole lot of fun for me. I really, really enjoy it. I also figure I need to get some of these Christmas trees stamped out. So I'm trying to figure out what I've got going on here. This is a 3x4 card. I think it came from LA Studio. And I'm like, ooh, this will work. I can layer this bad boy up right here. I'm going through my little box of fun, trying to figure out what else I can put on this page to really just like make it pop. I'm thinking about the wood veneer, but that's not really what I want. I pull out some stickers because I'm trying to figure out like what else can go on this page. Like, what am I doing here? What is the end game? I'm trying to work a couple steps ahead because I know that once I get my glitter paste down on my wrapping paper, I'm going to have to let it dry. So I need something to do while that's drying. And I'm just flipping through that sticker pack. It's a gorgeous sticker pack. It matches this Celebrate the Season card perfectly. But I don't end up using it. And that's okay too. Just means I'll have more product to use later on. I mean, we are only on day 9, people. It is definitely past the 9th for sure, but that's okay too. So here is where I am going to get the get the the glitter paste through. Now originally I was going to do gold, and it is hard as a rock in there. It's not even like salvageable. Sometimes when my glitter pastes get a little harder and they don't spread as well, I add a little bit of water and just thin them out to make them spread. But this guy was hard as a rock, and did not work out for me whatsoever. But that's okay. So I am making sure that I get this in here. And I am not putting it all the way across the paper because honestly, I was thinking I had to save the glitter paste, but I got a whole tub of this stuff, so I probably could have just went ahead and done that and didn't, have a care in the world about it, but whatever. Sometimes you're just not thinking. So, dang, my watch keeps, sorry guys, my watch keeps trying to update, and I'm trying to tell it to stop, and it just likes to do it. Just likes to do it. Okay. So now I am adding some anti-static powder tool to my paper here, and it is a dark kind of wood green from Brutus Monroe, and I am adding my Christmas tree stamps there. Really happy with the way this turned out. Like, I totally love it. I just think it, and there goes the watch again. Stop. Cancel. Okay. So I really like the way that this turned out. I used some Versamark ink. I'm using some, and it's still going off. I'm using some gold embossing powder, and guys, like the way that this turns out, I just think it's gorgeous. Like, I seriously, I just love it. I think it's so pretty. So I'm using my heat tool, and I just touch it just for a second on the back, just to warm it up a little bit. Look at that. It is so pretty. I love watching people heat emboss. Even if it's myself, I just love watching it. I love watching it go from the powder to the smooth meltiness. I just think it's gorgeous. Like, it's totally my thing. Totally my thing. So I got those cut out with my die cut, and now my glitter paste is almost dry, so I'm going to hit it with the heat tool just a little bit, just to make sure that it's completely dry. Like I said, almost dry. I was feeling a little impatient. I wanted to get this finished before I had to go to work for the evening, and so we made that happen. Now I have 3 of the Christmas trees. Only 2 of them make it on, and I have a little extra one for another day, which makes me excited because now I will be able to have these Christmas trees throughout the album. It won't just be in one little place. This is where I broke my ATG, and I thought I would just rewrap it around to make it work. Now this ATG is old. Like super old, and the plastic hinge on the top, they have given out, so basically I hold my ATG together with washi tape up on the top. So we're getting this celebrate the season and the little Christmas trees layered up on the 4x6 card. I'm cutting off the excess on the bottom, and I'm like, something needs to go there. Besides this Christmas tree, something needs to go here. And I'm thinking maybe a thin washi tape. Not exactly sure just yet what I'm doing. I'm like, does it need maybe some brads? Like, something needs to go here. It needs a little bit more. I'm like, maybe a puffy sticker. No, it's not a puffy sticker that it needs. So I put it together the way you'll see it in the album. And I'm thinking, yeah. Oh, this will be perfect. So these rhinestones, what I'm going to do is just have them go across the bottom of the page here, just to give it a little bit of something extra. And that way it's something that's super thin, super small. It's not adding like a crazy amount of bulk to the page. It's not a really hard, difficult thing to do. It's self-adhesive. I just lay it down there. And then I'm going to put my tree on as well, and the tree is going to go up on some foam squares. We're doing these thin little foam squares because I don't want it to have too much height off of the page. I want it to be up just a little bit, but not a tremendous amount. And I pull off the backers of these foam squares, you guys, and I'm so proud of myself. I don't just sling them. I actually put them in my little trash can, which, you know what, sometimes I think I deserve a medal for that. I have no idea where I've gone to, and now we're just staring at my page. And I'm back. Okay, it's about time you got back. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and peel those off, and they go straight into the trash can. I'm going to cover up where the green and the red connect, and I'm really liking this card. I'm like, ooh, maybe this should go on the bottom, because it's got this weight on the bottom, and I'm like, no, I think I like it like this. And I'm like, okay, maybe 3 trees are overkill for this, and I only need the 2. So I'm looking at this, and I know that I'm going to have this scalloped piece kind of hang off the edge, and I'm thinking, ooh, maybe I should add a banner. So I grab some more 3x4 cards, and they are not what I'm looking for. So I pull out my Winter Cabin paper collection, and I decide to go with one of the plaids. So I'm like, yep, that'll work. I go ahead and trim it down. There's my ATG falling apart, adding some more washi tape to the top to hold it together. And I'm going to trim this bad boy down to create a banner. And I think that it's a good width. Oh, goodness. I'm using my grid mat to go ahead and find the center, and then I'm going to cut a little fishtail banner into it. And I did cut it a little bit crooked. There's like a little notch there, so I just go and straighten it up a little bit. I'm going to add some adhesive to my banner and then put it over top of the 4x6 card, and then trim it off. And I'm like, yes, this works. Oh, didn't trim it off very straight, so I'm going to go ahead and add that. I have this little bit of glitter bit here, and I definitely need it to bring the glitter down because I have so much glitter up at the top. So I'm adding a bunch of ATG, getting that down there and placing it down. Now I am obviously talking to somebody with how much my hands were moving. Don't worry, I actually cut out a huge chunk of me just talking with my hands over top of this area, which kind of saddens me because I left in the part where my hands weren't there at all. Now I was thinking about adding some messy string behind this circle, maybe adding a flare or one of the brads, but I do not do that. I decide not to go that way. And then I'm like, nope, this is just turning into a mess instead of cool, messy string. So I am finished with that and not going to use it whatsoever, so that is going to be put away. I said put it away. Nope. Okay, there we go. And then I pick up that top card again because I'm really happy with it. I figure I might as well cut off the little bit hanging over the top and trying to figure out what I'm going to do. So I pull out my one set of thickers that I have, and these are from 2018 as well. They are called Cozy, and I pull off Christmas and place that on there, and then I'm going to pull out those Indigo and Ivy gold puffy stickers again, and we are going to write down wrap. Now I say again because I have been using them throughout the album so far, and I've got so many letters and so many options still that I'm sure that I'll be able to make it all the way through the album, which makes me happy because then I can have a beautiful cohesive album. So I go ahead and I get that down, And then I have to figure out what I am going to do with this little half circle over here on the left. So I don't have a lot to say about this, other than this is our Christmas wrapping paper this year. And I feel like Christmas wrap kind of takes care of that, where I don't have to write down, this is the Christmas wrapping paper I picked out this year, because it is boom in your face. Even though this Christmas book this year is full of a lot more journaling than normal, there are just going to be things in there, you guys, where I'm just like, here it is, the wrapping paper, ta-da! So I have the Christmas tree, and I decide to add some of these white enamel dots, and that is just to give it like the little pop of white that is happening. I felt like that little pop of white had to happen over here on the half circle as well, so I went ahead and added half of a tiny doily. I'm going to add a foam 9 in black, and then I'm going to adhere all this down, and then that's going to do it, you guys. Like I said, not a lot of journaling. Felt like I didn't need it, but I am excited because day 10 is going to start documenting some things about Christmas trees. So I'm kind of like leading up to it with the trees on the decorations, and then we're going to get to it. So that is going to do it. I did make sure to have an awful lot of adhesive there, just because the little half circle is going to be handled and it's not in a page protector. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you again real soon for another one.